Is this the best luxury SUV? We're going to find out in today's video. I'm going to put a link to the Large Miller Lexus and Murray's website in the description down below. Also, I'm going to put a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a twin-turbo 3.4-liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed, fuel economy 17 around town, 22 on the highway, with power outputs being 409 horsepower and then 479 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. Now, this particular LX is finished in caviar, which is this cool metallic black. You've got really sharp looking headlights, and then with the F Sport, you'll notice that the trim here on the venting's kind of different. And same thing with the grille compared to the other LXs. So altogether, it definitely gives it a distinctive appearance. Tire wheel setup is 265 by 50 by 22, so you do get larger wheels with the F Sport. Nice body painted fender flares. We've got the F Sport badge there on the side. Lots of chrome trim around the windows, also more chrome trim on the door handles. This also comes with fixed side steps. Here's your side profile. This does have the active height control system, and right now it is in neutral if I remember right. When it comes to the key fob, we've got our lock and unlock function. We've got the opening for the hatch, Lexus logo there on the back. Speaking of the rear, we've got controls to raise and lower the third row, and then you actually get an outlet here in the back too. Third row passengers do get a recline function. They also have USB ports and some cup holders, and there is ventilation throughout the top too. With the third row folded down in the 600, you actually still get quite a bit of vertical space. And then when it comes to space in the third row, it's very cramped, so I'd reserve it for kids. LX also comes with a really cool light bar here on the back, and I do think the back end is one of the best angles on the LX. Keyless entry even for the rear. We've got sunshades here for the rear passengers and really nice trim on the door panel. And this is something to note, like, just feel the material use in the LX. It's a lot more premium compared to other Lexus cars. We've got nice perforated trim all down the center of the seats. Legroom here in the rear is good. We also have a little storage pocket. We've got vents in the rear, heated and cooled seats, and our own climate zone. There's even access to the center console for the rear passengers, which is a nice feature. These back seats, just like the third row, have a recline function. Let's now pop up front. More nice trim on the door panel up front. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. We also have memory seat functionality. The mirrors power fold in, and you've got a really nice finish on a lot of the controls. F Sport there in the headrest, and then again perforated all down the center of the seat. We've got our power adjustments on the side with lumbar support. The passenger also gets power adjustments and lumbar support. Trailer brake controls integrated from the factory. We have the opening for the hatch, auto stop start, and the steering wheel is power adjustable, and then there's the little shortcut button for the 360 camera. Start her up. So taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see it's perforated on either side, Lexus logo front and center. F Sport at the bottom of the steering wheel. We've got parental controls for adaptive cruise control, paddle shifters there on the back of the steering wheel, controls for the center stack, volume controls on the left side. The LX comes with a full digital gauge cluster that will change with the different drive modes. Gives you a cool little animation too, but if we pop into the Sport S Plus, see, it takes a second, but it changes the appearance of the cluster. We have a 360 camera system, really good resolution. It does fill in underneath the vehicle as well as you move. So first off, we've got a massage function, which is nice. Anyways, quick response time with the screen, physical volume control there. Everything's easy to use. Now we've got the secondary screen down below, and it's a little bit funky, but it controls stuff like the climate. You can also change the settings on the screen pretty easily in terms of the coloration. But yeah, kind of an interesting setup that they have overall. Now, one of the good things about the LX is they double down with physical controls. So we have physical controls for the climate, and then down below we've got physical controls for the multi-terrain select, drive mode, and crawl control. And depending on which one of those you have selected, you can adjust with the mode select dial. The other dial is for the drive line to put that into low. We also have physical controls for the heated and ventilated seats and heated steering wheel, and they also have auto function. In the 600, unlike the hybrid, you actually still get a normal shifter there in the center. The hybrid has like a little toggle type deal. Got your parking brake auto hold feature. We have the center diff lock stability control, and then the buttons to adjust the suspension. Wireless phone charging pad. We've got some cup holders here. The center console that opens up either side, and it has the cool box feature as well. Really nice trim here all across the dash. Got a camera rear view mirror and then a sunroof as well. So 2025 LX 600, and you can see it has a few options added to it, including the Mark Levinson. Total MSRP is $117,278. Let's see how it performs. Well, 600 F Sport. I do find LX pricing interesting, because a 700H Overtrail is the same price as an F Sport 600, basically. Very close. And so it is interesting that Lexus is kind of putting a premium on the sporty package and not so much in the off-road package. When you look at the features, they're identical, right? If you get 700H over trail, then you're getting the massaging seats. I mean, I guess it's a little bit more because it'd be like 118,000 with the third row with that. But you have one right there. But yeah, it just kind of intrigues me, the pricing scheme they got going on with this. Now, the F Sport is kind of supposed to be, it's not like a direct competitor against a G-Wagon, but it is kind of like Lexus's G-Wagon in a way. And what I mean by that is, if you look at most G-Wagons, they're built with lots of luxury inside and then bigger wheels to kind of be flashy on road. And so that's kind of what this is. Lots of luxury inside, bigger wheels, and it has, you know, the sportier suspension as well. So it's kind of going for that on-road setup versus being an off-roader. If I knew this person was, I didn't think about that. If I knew this person was turning left, I wouldn't have gone here right off the bat, but it's okay. They got through. Now, I will say, the torque of this engine is good. I've had a chance to live with both the hybrid and the non-hybrid, and I can tell you the hybrid definitely feels better, right? I mean, it makes sense, right? You've got a little bit more oomph right off the bat, and there's not a huge weight difference. Then the hybrid's gonna weigh about, if I remember right, I'll double check this sticker on this, but I think that if I remember right, the hybrid's about 6,200 and this is gonna be about like 66,000, 6,100. So there's not really a big weight difference with the vehicles. Now I will say the suspension on this, again with the F Sport, it's comfortable. It's a little bit firmer, and part of that's also the tire and wheel setup. The 22-inch wheels, you don't have as much sidewall at the tires, so you're going to feel the impact of things a little bit more. But it's still an incredibly comfortable vehicle. Very well insulated. Yeah, I love how this drives, because it drives very tank-like, but it's also like my Ineos Grenadier drives tank-like, but it's very rough around the edges, which is kind of why you get that vehicle. That's why I got it. This, though, it gives you a similar tank-like experience, but it's a lot softer around the edges. It's like you get the ruggedness, but you also get comfort, which is really nice. Yeah, it's interesting how much different this drives from the 700H over trail. Yeah, the power's great. It's got more than enough power. Again, I do prefer the hybrid. So here's my take. I think this is pretty level-headed advice on the LX. If you're going to get a 3-row LX, get the 600. The reason being, the hybrid with the third row, you lose all your cargo space pretty much. Not all of it, but it's very limited. So if you're gonna do 3-row, get the non-hybrid. That person just pointed at me like I was doing something wrong. You're the one driving over the line, buddy. Okay, anyways. Yeah, 600, 3-row makes the most sense. If you're not gonna do any off-roading and you like the looks of this, then yeah, the F Sport's great. If you're going to get the hybrid, I think it's worth trying to get a 2-row version, because you guys saw the cargo space back here. That's about how much the hybrid has with the 2-row. So obviously you don't have a third row, but you have similar space that's very usable. Now, if you never drive the hybrid, this powertrain is going to feel more than adequate. If you drive the hybrid, then yeah, you're gonna want the hybrid. So, and you can get the hybrid with different packages too. They're just a little bit harder to come by, and it makes sense, right? It's a more premium powertrain. People are gonna want to go for that. So let me know what you guys think about the F Sport. I think this is cool, and it's even though this is a lot more affordable than a G-Wagon, it's kind of Lexus's G-Wagon competitor in a way. And you know, I think it actually, I mean, this is what I'll finish off with. I think this car shows how overpriced the G-Wagon is, because this provides, in my opinion, just as good, if not better, build quality, really nice material use. You got the luxury features, you got the tank-like experience. It gives you all the G-Wagon stuff, and this is 116 in a G550 with an inline six that's similar performance to this V6, you're looking at 150 starting. So this gives you a lot of the G-Wagon stuff at a much more reasonable price point. Let me know your thoughts.